Shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give our praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua Bashim, Harakah Kudash Mamath. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS, and honors to the elder of the lines that kept a hard one. Shalom to you, brothers and sisters, pushing the truth and sincerity. All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 1. Actually, let me just start at verse 2 and get to the point. It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. So I brought this out because I was using ChatGPT to learn about just history, about how Esau's prejudice has been one of the top most vile things in all of history. And what stood out to me was that not only did the European Edomites have a hand in the European Edomites, or the Spaniards, but also the Eastern Ishmaelites had a huge hand in the progression of the fall of our nation. Because I just found out through ChatGPT that there's a particular group of potential Jakes within Palestine, where they call them Afro-Palestinian, which there is only like a few thousand of them, but they have the same exact proverb as we would kind of in America. And what they call them is a bead. I believe I'm saying it right. So, the whole entire earth literally has a drunken of the wine of her fornication, did business, and was made fat and made drunken and made blinded by her. And this and that aided to the furthering the oppression of our people. Let me see. I think it's this one. Here it is. Bear with me 1 second. So like, yeah. Probably won't. Oh, is it gonna read? Three. Yeah, dude. Should be right there. There it is. I kept looking over it. Revelations 11:9, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. So that happened here in America, where they didn't allow us to have rest. They didn't allow us to It wasn't in their heart to give us reconciliation back to the Most High, to give us what they took from us, which was our first love, for us to learn more, for us to go back to Him and learn who we were from, and our lineage and our heritage, and how we were kings, kings and priests, principals and farmers and innovators, scholars. But instead, they allowed us to be spiritually dead and set up different types of mental or spiritual battles against ourselves to aid in the furthering of our own oppression. And the thing about that is, not only did Esau did it, but them Ishmaelites in the east, they do it as well, right? And they had that same exact hatred as they did before in all foretime. Verse 10, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. And that's the reason why they continue. They want to continue to oppress us and set up systematic, set up, I don't think systematic is the word, or continue to destroy us as a nation. Because what they did back then, they had agendas to bring drugs, guns, division, gangs against our own people, and just further oppression and giving and neglecting or denying us the same exact opportunities as they would give poor, like poor people in the suburb, like poor people, poor Americans back then, or poor, YouTube. But you get the gist of what I'm saying. He denied it for the Jake community, for the Israelites, and allowed it for the ones that weren't, which they continually have that war. They had that war with us back then, in a sense where that same exact, well, we're still living the aftermath of that. Having our people spiritually dead and a victim of their surroundings, a product of their environment. Verse 11, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. Great fear fell upon them which saw them. And the biggest thing where what they're truly afraid of is the Israelite man coming back and being brought back to what we once were, which were prophets, judges, because they know that all of that was sent from the Most High. So, and they know that it's going to condemn their wickedness, and they're going to have to hear about it, And they're going to have to hear exactly what the Lord has to say about it. And they're going to have to hear what judgment that the Lord has for them, what the Lord has for them. They have no choice, because they know what happened. Every systematic law and denial of assistance and prejudice and mockery and lies and every ill will deal that they did, they're going to have to answer for it. They have no choice to, because everyone has to. Because not only does that doesn't I lost my train of thought there. But in verse 12, it'll come back to me. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and the enemies beheld them. So that's going to happen in the future, right? The Lord is going to say, come up hither. And this is what these devils are going to say. That's going to be a physical thing, man. Once the Lord says, come up hither. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. So, and that's what they did. They made no account of our labors. And another thing too, I was learning about the 50 acres and a mule, and I was asking ChatGPT, I'm like, okay, did we ever get 50 acres and a mule? It said, yes, we did. But after Abraham Lincoln died, or was assassinated, the land that was dispersed to freed Israelites was taken back by that by the president after him, and given back to the people that was forced to give up their land. And that process there, that's reversing something that was given to someone already established. That's theft. They stole us from a different land around the 1800s or so. They so-called abolished slavery. Tried to give 50 acres and a mule, gave it, and then as soon as they had it in place. More and more freed men and freed Israelites were getting these lands because they already knew how to till the land and how to do the work. Later on was stripped of it and forced to fend for themselves. That's theft. Right? That's the history, man. It was given but taken back. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. So they're going to be astonished. They're going to be amazed about how strange it would be. It's going to be. And then, what Ashley is going to say right here. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb or reproach. Come on. So every nation that aided in the falling and the prejudice and the aiding of our downfall, they're gonna say that. The same ones, and the same exact ones that their same ancestors given the 40 acres and a mule and then stole it right back. Just took it right back. Already set in place. It was already there to make amends for the treachery, for the theft of a nation, to steal a nation of people from one land, bring them to another, and have them under harsh bondage based upon race, because they didn't see a particular group of people as a full man and people. Same exact ones. It says, verse 4, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. And that's what they said. 3/5 of a man. They didn't honor us as human beings. They didn't give us the same exact hospitality as they would do among themselves. When it came to the sight of us, they saw us as nothing. And even after it ended, they abolished slavery. They had mental warfare. They started the mental warfare against our people to have us in that mindset of to have us in that state of derision, a delusion, making it 10 times harder for us, just so we couldn't get the upper hand. Verse 6, therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shone unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. Come on, man. So, let me see. Yeah, man. Let me get to the point. This is the book of Ezekiel 37. Verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army. And so I wanted to bring this out because that's what the Lord is doing. He's building up a spiritual army. And the ones that for him to be able to speak the truth and to turn back to him and to bring many back to righteousness. Because in a world where so much systematic pitfalls for a certain group of people, Jakes, they continue to oppress us until this day, just a different form of it, and they look at us. I'm certain, like a lot of certain ones look at us and then they smile. They smile because they know the devil, the enemy, knows that plan that they set up hundreds of years ago worked, and we were sent to counterattack that attack and to parry it, to be a opposing force. So I hope this lesson was edifying, and shalom.